I'm going to regret not checking my audio before turning it on. Alright. Let's go pick up some bales. Come on. There you go. Pick it up. There we go. Protect your gerbil, Raznik, if you go watch this later. We care about your gerbil. Hope this is streaming good. I never actually did that before. I like this trailer. It's my favorite 25 bale trailer in the game. Okay, we're back to being a 24 bale trailer. And once again, a 25 bale trailer. There we go. That is that. Swing around. and to try to soccer ball this in. There we go. Little delay there from the save game. I don't think my computer likes this saving as much as I do. Alright, only 50,000 more bales to go. So I know I kind of just launched this stream on my YouTube channel pretty randomly. For a little background, this is the Pros versus Joe's challenge, which I jumped into yesterday after someone unfortunately had to drop out. I joined Team Joe's, of course. So far, it's a pretty cool group. I'm having a lot of fun with them. Right now I'm doing some farm chores. We had a big mad rush at the turn of the day, which happened just about an hour or so ago. A lot of doing this, which is not easy to do in the dark. Roadkill was quite right about that. I'm gonna step this up a bit. Start driving a little crazy. I figure if I could get a good enough head of steam, get up to full speed on this tractor, such as it is, and just hit a bale every time the collector drops, I could get it over with quicker. Even though I'm technically covering more space, I'm doing it at a higher rate of speed. I don't know if that's actually factually correct or not, but worked okay for me when we were having that mad rush to get bales in. It's also a little more fun than driving forward, picking up bale, stop, wait, pick up bale, stop, so on and so forth. Alright, grab my last bale here. Oh, a little lag there. Ah, forget it. It was a good idea, but I lose more going back to get it than just driving on. Whoa. Overcooked it. So I get that back into position. you're watching, having any advice for me, go ahead and post it over there in the chat. I am able to see that and kind of interact with you if you're watching. The two monitors that I use for other geeky things, and it's kind of useful in this whole streaming business. Come on, pick it up. There you go. Alright, come around here. There you go. Well, made progress. Oh wait, nope. Need to set my draw distance a little higher. Around there. Start making my way back now. With or without that bale. Jumpy little bits of lag. Don't mind a lag spike every so often, but when it's kind of that back and forth thing, that's kind of annoying. There we go. One more. Two if we're lucky. I think we're lucky. Alright, pull the collector in. Swing us around. Make myself dizzy with the camera. Maybe you too. Maybe I could tell the viewers what the plans are for that grass area. Well, from what I understand, and I think I need to talk about this with the fellow Joes, we're going to harvest the grass and create topiaries, basically grass sculptures, and basically we're just going to put them all over the map. See what happens then. And I'm stuck on something. No, I did this good. Hey, Farmer Klein, how you doing? All right, moving along. So joking aside, and with much prompting from Farmer Klein, thank you for this. So the plans for this grass area is just to cut it. On this particular map, you kind of really get the best return on things by selling what you create from the grass. So uh, you mow it down, it creates these swaths called a windrow. Yeah, a windrow, and just you pick it up with a baler, and then uh, a bale wrapper, which creates these silage bales. It says silage bales or silage bales. I'm not actually sure how to pronounce that, but you stack these up, and then we sell them at what's called a biogas plant. If you're unfamiliar with the game, and at the end of the evening, or at the end of a game day rather, uh, we get paid for that. So I wasn't streaming at the time, but prior to when I started this stream, there was a mad rush to get as many bales as we could collected, and then into the BGA plant, the biogas plant, which is abbreviated for some reason BGA. I don't know what the A really stands for. Maybe you know, Pharmacline. Just meander around, picking up bales. Oh, multitasking. I was wondering if you knew what the A of BGA stands for. I know it's biogas, but I'm not quite sure what that last letter stands for. Just gonna grab this next bale here. Gonna start working our way back now on our last 2 or 3. 1, 2, and let's see if we're lucky. Nah, not this time. Okay. So during that mad rush, this is what I was driving alongside doing during that mad rush, just collecting bales. Now, were I smart, I would be on the other side of this with the collector pointed towards the moat, but that just wouldn't be my style. That was a bit hairy at times. And we have crop destruction on for this game, so we don't want to plow into our own field. That would require some splaining. All right. Get this unloaded. And by the quick off-the-cuff math, I probably have 1 or 2 more passes of this to do. And it's back to selling. Yeah, that's a weird one. I know it's commonly abbreviated BGA, but I thought it was a plant or something. I would say BGP, but that's not what happens. It's all good. It might be worth a Google later, if I remember. I figure by the time I get done with this stream, I'm going to be pretty tired, so memory will have the good ship memory will have sailed. And while you are on the stream watching FK, I do want to say thank you for letting me play to you and Raznik. when I first got on your Discord, I saw that this game was going on, and it looked really cool. And I recall saying on the channel that I'd really like to be involved in something like this one day. And I think the opportunity came up with an announcement by Raz, and I couldn't buy the DLC fast enough. It's been a blast ever since. So thank you for that. Oh, missed. Missed bad. Got that one. Here's lucky number 13. And the struggle up the hill. The struggle is real. But the hill is fake. The ironies of life. Yep, I think we're all clear down that way. Whee! One more. There we go. Stay there. I think that's stuck in such a way that's actually slowing me down. Nope, just going uphill. One of the things I caught on to, I heard on somebody's stream that that the Joes flattened out their land when they first got started. Nuh-uh. No, they didn't. I haven't seen a flat piece of land since I got here. There's actually parts of the farm that aren't even flat. There's a very interesting interaction over here by where the pig farm used to be. You'd actually run into the ground. I don't know. I haven't gone looking. I don't think can you go looking? I'm pretty sure. I thought it was pretty well blocked off from each team getting over on the other side. But if you go this way, there's actually a... Oh, of course, I didn't hit it now that I'm trying to show it off, but you could actually impact into something there and you get shook up if you're not watching out. When Roadkill was mowing over there in that direction, I was hitting it all the time while collecting the bales. Oh, okay, I'm gonna go visiting. Gonna finish up these bales first. I appreciate the invite. One of the things I will say I'm nervous about when taking part in something like this is forgetting one of the rules. If they're a little more not in daily use, just forgetting it. Not like, oh no, shoot. Almost, almost. All right, I give up. How many moo-moos we got? You know, not many. I don't really dress like that. I had a bit of a wild Halloween in 2008, but there's no actual record of that in existence anymore. Even, which is surprising because it was still in the time of Facebook. Joking aside, to answer your question, a little less than we had before. Um, we did just do a blast of a sale. Not too many, but not too few. Getting a little cagey now. Uh, Gave up on cowtails. I don't know. Is that a thing you could sell at the granary? All right, back in action here. Actually, I'm still too new to know what the plans for the cows are. They're just kind of doing their thing. I think you mentioned in one of your streams that the milk prices tanked a few days ago. So oh, let me take a look at that actually. Let's back the other way. Yeah, they're low. It's 680. I don't know, maybe that is higher. Or another thing that's a little difficult to get used to with this is I'm not too sure what the economy is. All the other players seem to have like a 2 week head start on me. I wonder why. So still learning things. How how the rest of the Joes want the farm to kind of work. Look at all that yellow for the alien overlords. Last two, I think. Maybe. Last three, I think. Maybe. No. Okay. I'm going to stop that right now because that's not working for me. Alright, no more jumping out at me, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do a sector by sector beat down of this and make sure I'm not missing any. One of the things I really think I need to do is figure out how to increase the draw distance. There's 1, 2, 3. Okay, not even close to done. There we go, lucky number 25. Thanks, Creighton. I think I just lost it. Yeah, I'll take a look later today after I'm done with the stream. What kind of videos do you mostly post, Creighton? Are you doing Let's Plays or instructionals? Wouldn't happen to have an instructional to increase the draw distance, would you? Asking for a friend. Remember seeing one around here somewhere. Yep. I think that's the one I dropped. Okay. Yeah, seriously. It does. It's backwards in that you have all this space, all this grass, and there's such a kind of emphasis on grass and silage in no man's land, and the bales are so hard to see. Uh-oh, the moat. Oh, I'll definitely check out your channel then, Creighton. One of the things I'm still not too hot at with FS19 is logging. Um, Cutting down trees is fun and fine and all. I could get that pretty systematic. But when it comes to actually loading them, the best way I've been able to figure that out so far is the redneck auto loader, which is pretty much just holding a log over a tipper trailer and throwing 1 meter chunks in from the Scorpion King Scorpion rather, which I think is an awesome name for a machine. Very dramatic. I hope that actually exists in real life. No, not a flat map at all. From what I understand, it was flattened a little bit, but no, it's still quite hilly. Okay, I'm going to bring up the mini map here. Kind of track where I am at any given time so I can do a pass and make sure I didn't lose anything. Oh, wait, you know what? Time to cheat. Ish. Cheating-ish. Cheat adjacent. Alright. Now, if there's no trickery with bales showing up on this overview, which, you know, I'm seeing pallets, so I should see bales too, I think we're done. Awesome. Yay! Been working on this off and on, since 7 this evening. So that's about 3.5 hours now. Not a bad evening's work, if you can get it. So yeah, Creighton, I like I said, this is not really a flat map. It was edited after the fact. If you check out the map No Man's Land, that's what this basically is. We're doing a pros versus Joes right now, where one of the stipulations is you had to cut out your own farm. There was nothing pre-built, which I think was really cool, and it's kind of a hallmark of the No Man's Land map. It's one of my favorite maps to play because I've said this before. It's a very much a blank canvas. You start off with a log shack and a very sparse office, if you know what I'm saying, and then you kind of go from there. You build from there. I started a playthrough of No Man's Land about 4 weeks ago. I have to say it's been one of my favorite so far. So that map that you mentioned, Creighton, Wilmenia, I think it's Willamina. Is it a logging map primarily, or does it have some other things? I don't think I've ever ran across it before. Okay, find a nice place to park this. Jump into this guy here. Float up some bales. Now, I never really played much with the auto-loading sheds. That was a breath of fresh air. In my own games, it's always very interesting to figure out how to store this stuff that I'm picking up. Uh-oh. Let's make sure I'm doing the right thing here. Grab bales. So this is something that's been plaguing both teams with this particular grabber. Every so often it would just say bye-bye. Come on. So when you start off, you have to clear to the sawmill and the gas station. That's pretty cool. Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. You know, you have all those, of all that tree, all those trees rather, and then you have all the land left over after. Might as well put a plow in it and see what happens. Do you do seasons or base game? Take my shortcut here. Thank you, Roadkill. Grab this. This too. Excuse me. Swing it around. Ish. 8-point turn. Now Wise Geek special. Well, that's cool. YouTube is telling me that somebody liked the video, or the stream rather. Thank you, that is the first like. Whoever that was, I appreciate you. Okay. Woohoo, fancy driving. It worked. Love it when a plan comes together. Extra points if you catch the reference. Me first like. Exactly. Magic. Oh, the bale spikes out. Ah! Great. I have to say, this was my first dance with this grabber, too. And that was fun. This is actually one of the best ways I've ever seen to grab bales. When it works. Just drive up to it, grab 6 of them, and off you go. And it's pretty solid, too. I don't feel like they're going to fly off at all. Do donuts and wheelies and... Alright, 36,000. This thing tops out at 80,000, so there's kind of a dance You kind of work around the bottleneck and take your time in some places, hurry up in others. Like there's a, so in this particular game, there's a period of time where it's 120 speed, so the BGA just clears out. So that's like I really use that time to just blast those bales into the silage heap, just to see, just to clear the shed, really, to make room for those extra stuff, that extra stuff. There we go. Massey Ferguson 294. You know, I'm not super familiar with every kind of tractor. I am in fact city folk. What's what's the what would you say the impetus to making a 294 would be? What's the draw? Is it just a really cool looking tractor, quick, strong, a lot of horsepower, great torque? Okay, 61. Now each stack here is 24,000, so whenever I drop, if I'm just babysitting it as I go through, I make sure that the number on that sign is 64,000 or less. It reminds me that I could do math good, yo. So I sure need it from time to time. You know, this is interesting. I'm not used to talking when I'm playing this game, so this is a very interesting scenario. I understand the appeal. I missed one. Oh no, so the BGA is just over 80,000 or at 80,000, so it's just gonna hang out there until it dips below. Still trying to get the exact math of the rate. I think I might grab a stopwatch and go over to the BGA on my personal map to see what happens. For science. One thing I'm always worried about with this grabber is I'm going to have one of my moments and hit the gas when I mean to hit the brake and just bowl over all of those bales. It's no big deal really. You just kind of soccer ball them back into the shed and call it do-over. But you know. I'm gonna wait for that to go below 66,000. There it is. So away it goes. Oh, 64,000. Right. $54,000? Yeah, 54,000. What was I saying about math? Right. So those are actually going to hang out there for 10,000 more units, however long that takes. They should actually be gone by the time I get over there with the next pile, but I'm going to kind of babysit that there. Alright, so I'm going to let that hang a bit, and while that is happening, let's see. Massey, Ferguson. I can type. 294. Let's take a look at this here. Yeah, that's old school. A little boxy. I'm seeing images of it with and without a cab. It's pretty neat, unless it's raining. Neat. kind of, I guess that's the kind of the style it was for tractors back in the day there. Kind of that boxy looking deal. There's a mod I have, a Fiat something that looks kind of like that, has that kind of same aesthetic. So the Massey doesn't have, the Massey Ferguson 294 doesn't have a cab. So what? Let me ask then, since you seem to know a bit about this, what do you do when it rains? Do you just not does does a farmer just not go out and do field work in it, or do they just get wet? Okay, I'm glad one of us does. Ah, there you go. So true. You hide from the elements. Maybe it was one of those things where it was an optional, like an optional add-on when you bought it from Massey. So is that why you mentioned the 294, Creighton? Because you have one of your own? Well, that's processing and catching up. Or you wait till it's dry, that's right. One of the things that happened during the Mad Rush earlier today is these bales went to go unload, but they didn't get picked up by the shed. Ah! There we go. Alright. Allegedly, I do know how to operate a front loader. There we go. Got something over in there jumping around. Oh, looks like those are part of the pile. There's some kind of animation here that's part of the pile. So it's kind of hard to tell what is a bale and what's part of the pile. Bale. That should disappear. Sure did. Cool, Creighton. Is it over on your channel? It's part of the pile. Part of the pile. That's right. I'm driving around poking things with a bale fork. Not what I expected to be doing this morning. Lol. Alright, gonna slip through here. Done. Okay. And it looks like the BGA caught up to us. That's great. I'm gonna put the bale forks up. One of the cool things I like about this grabber is it has bale forks that are just very easy to just hit a button on the controller and they just pop up. Great kind of utilitarian things. So if you run in those situations where you need one, they're there. It is kind of difficult sometimes to get it lined up right. You don't want to come at it with the top down too far. You just end up knocking over your pile. And if it's too far back, leaning too far back, it'll actually knock over the, or rather it will not grip onto all 6 of them that it possibly could. So there was a bit of a learning curve when I encountered this today. But I think I mentioned it before, and once I got the hang of it, it's just, it's the way to do it. Alright, should be good to drop. There it is, 68,000 now. It's going to go ahead and sink. So one thing I did notice about this is sometimes it will keep moving even after I let go of the controller. So you saw it kind of lean back there. It just kept going. So usually what would happen, that would preclude it, or that would proceed this particular grabber going glitchy. So we'll see if that is the case today, right now. Nope, grabbed on. That was a legitimate miss on my part. This explains those last 2. Lift. Drop. Paycheck. BT dubs, not for nothing. How is the stream quality? Getting a little warning message from YouTube about my resolution not being what it's supposed to be. Suppose I could look up that at some point. Rolling with the Massey. Awesome video title, have to say. I went with Chorin as the title for the stream today. I'm a big Letterkenny fan, and that's something they talk about all the time. Let's see. My brother edited and made the video I was driving. Thank you for not editing videos while you were driving. It's really unsafe to do. Say that. Friends don't let friends edit and drive. Not that I've ever had that problem. I still cannot figure out a way to get DaVinci Resolve to play on a Toyota. I'm still working on it. Oh, okay. I know. I'm kidding around with you, Creighton. So I will definitely look it up after I am done streaming today. Another interesting thing I found about this grabber is that if you get impatient waiting for the BGA to drift low, you really just drop your bales up on top of the intake and just use the plate to shift them into place. It's really handy. Like, aside from the glitchiness, which happens from time to time, I really don't know how I was doing bales without this in my life. Just saying. I don't think it's too strong either. And it's broken. I think I just gotta shut up. I'm not very lucky. Alright, send that back to the shop for repairs. Gonna leave the weight behind because I have no steering, and gas is cheap, sure. Have a good night, Farmer Klein. Thanks for popping in the stream. Oh. And that's what happens when you read your chat while you're driving. There are worse times to flip over, though, I'll say. So, Creighton, I don't know if you heard when I asked. I was wondering what kind of videos you're doing. I saw that you're doing maps on Wilhelmina. I still don't know how to pronounce that. So, are you just doing that one primary Let's Play? I guess it's called a Let's Play. I don't know. Maybe it is. What are you calling it? Slow down. Pull it around. Let's see if this works here. Looks like I might have some space in the BGA there. Can't see the number from this far, but it looks low. It's probably low. Yeah, I forgot the weight. Yep, there it is. Come too far. No, that's understandable. I mostly play while not recording. This is actually the first time I've ever tried to stream. So that's why the resolution is probably funky and the audio sounds like it's coming from a tin can made by Logitech. Didn't have time to prepare anything today. But, yeah. Keep streaming though, dude. You're doing something really cool. I have to say the streams that people are doing of Farming Simulator have really kept me playing the game myself. No. I joined one of Farmer Klein's streams a day or two ago. I caught the the invite to his Discord, so I joined that, and then when one of the other players for this Pros versus Joe's challenge dropped out, I was able to join in on the Joe's team and help out. Now, Farmer Klein is a streamer. He plays on the pros side, and he has been cool to play with. One thing I will mention that being back here in this tractor is earlier today I was in this wheel loader. It's over here, and it has this front articulated section that when you're making a mad rush between your bale shed and your biogas plant, when you're doing a lot of spinning around with that articulation, whoo boy, a little bit of motion sick there, and I don't usually get motion sick. I learned something new about myself today. Alright, that popped it up to 17 in the BGA. While I have you on the chat, Creighton, let me ask you a question about your logging that you're doing in Wilhelmina. When you go to load it up, are you using a tipper trailer or a log trailer? And how are you finding the experience in loading that up? Has it been pretty solid? Have you gotten a good method for it? Oh no. Got a bale stuck behind this thing. I think that might be too far for me to get. Huh. Yeah. Oh. I'm gonna put the bale spikes away. There we go. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Though I've never had a chance to try an auto-loading trailer, so what I do is if I can get anybody to sit still long enough, I complain about logging. So yeah, I had planned to look at one of the auto-loading trailers, but the game I'm playing now, I'm playing No Man's Land. And I started off with a little Massey Series A tractor, one of the the TE. It's a TE20 tractor, and the accessories for that, and just like no money. And part of the stipulations there is I'm using a couple of interesting constraints, like I can only have as many workers as lands I've bought. And I don't use any of the high-tech stuff like the auto-loading trailers. It's all manual. The one concession I did give myself was a fermenting silo, cause bunkers are fun. I can't wrap my head around them, except for the fact they do make good ramps. Now, one thing I did hear about the auto-loading trailers for logging is that some of the scripting isn't quite there yet. Like it can, in excuse me, in Kerbal Space Program they call it encountering the Kraken, where something code related just messes up your day. Um, do you run into that often with your auto loading trailer? Yeah, no, no, forget these bales. I'm calling a do-over on them. They're going back in the shed. There we go. Oh, it only picks up one log at a time. It might be a limitation of the script. I know that it's interesting. I think if I were, and I don't know much about the modding, but it probably has to individually identify the log on the ground, remove it from the ground, and then drop it into the trailer or add it to the, I guess, the inventory of the trailer, for lack of a better term. Yeah, like just tap B, B, B every time. So every time you tap B, it identifies a log and then moves it into the trailer. And you have to do that for however many are on the ground, basically, if I'm understanding that right. Oh, I missed the second stack. He shoots, he scores. So, when you're developing software, you can encounter something called regressions. Now, a regression is a functionality that returns to a state of what it was before. So, for example, if it originally was the fact that you had to press B every time it loads a log, and then it hit a version where you no longer had to do that, it just found it all. But then it goes back to it. It could be a regression. Um, if this is an auto load, blah, excuse me, if this is an auto loading trailer from ModHub, there should be, if you go onto the website, there should be a link to the author. You might want to know about that. Now, what it could be also is that there were some unintended consequences of that functionality of all logs loading at once that were causing problems in people's games that you might not have encountered, and it would be somewhere in the documentation. Maybe there's a change log. Uh, Actually, there should be a change log. That seems to be a fairly popular thing to do with mods in their descriptions. If you look at if you actually open the zip file, you can find a mod desk XML desk, and that could save you some time rather than going to look it up on ModHub. Although then again, you could go look it up on Mod Hub just to make sure there are no updates. So that could be something too, is that it's a bug that was fixed. Anyway, just some food for thought there. Get this straight. Both stacks. Hey. No updates? Yeah. I'm sorry, buddy. So yeah, there could be something with the mod where the author had to scale it back because there were some unintended consequences. That is not outside the realm of possibility. Alright, so let's see, 115 more bales, so that'll be 3 more full sets, plus a set of 25. So 4 more passes with this telehandler, and I'm done. That's pretty cool. Oh no! It's broke. I broke it again. Let's try unhooking it. Nope. Broke. Alright, so let's see. They do look like giant marshmallows. They one of the streamers that plays on the pro side started calling them dinner mints, like those chalky dinner mints or wedding mints. Though I think dinner mints are more catchy. Yes, like the Taco Mac ones. Taco Mac being a kind of a fast casual chicken wing place close by. Right. They do other stuff too. I think this is root crop storage that I'm passing by here. I kind of gotta wonder if Alien Jim did some additional work on placeables for this map for this particular challenge, because when you get No Man's Land off the Mod Hub, it comes with some placeables, but I never saw that root crop storage deal. I'm pretty sure it's his. I think I saw it. His AJ Tech brand in the garage. I'd have to double check that. And okay. There's actually some decent braking on this tractor. Thank goodness for that, because these are all my team's crops. Are you talking about the most recent update that was released about a week ago, Creighton? did it again. Of No Man's Land, yeah. So with the new update, the I read the change log. The only change was for console players. So I imagine it'll look a lot very similar to what you originally saw when you played it. No Man's Land, I do have to say, is one of the maps I've been keeping track of pretty closely because any major changes directly affect me. Whenever so with No Man's Land, one of the things I did have to do, I just had to do it. I fired up Giants Editor and I got rid of this one rock in the middle of my field. It was just the bane of my existence. So whenever it's updated, I either have to, decide whether to get the update or not get the update and not have to go re-edit the map. Or anyway, yeah. So there's a whole decision-making process there. So last time around, it was just for a fix for console players. Now, do you do console or PC, Creighton? Thank you for the subscription, nice spouse.
Yay. Even if it wasn't in our vows, I can still
Now, here's the question. Did you sign up for notifications?
I did. I liked and subscribed.
Why?
Fell.
You know I'm going to stream before anyone else does.
Whatever.
Because I yell, I'm going to stream.
I have been trained by every other,
Don't cuss.
project managers. YouTube.
Oh no. PC. Seems to be the way to do it. I've been playing Farming Simulator for about a year. Because it's one of my favorite games because it works very well on Linux. Which is the platform I play on most of the time. And so I never really messed with this for console. So I found out like a week ago that they have something called slot counts, which is kind of a upper limit to what things you could have on the farm. And that kind of turned me off console, but a lot of people like it there. I'm not knocking it, really. I missed one. Sometimes having this in first person sheds some light on the issue. Not this time though. First person is absolutely no help here. Zero assistance whatsoever. There's different reasons to do different things on different platforms. Like, one of the other games I played majorly was Grand Theft Auto 5. Or, yeah, GTA 5. And for the longest time I did play on PC. But my PC was just not up to scratch to handle the graphics there. So I ended up getting it on Xbox, and I went to town on that, and I loved it. Um, so I guess a lot of people like the console for just it plays games in a uniform fashion. So you're gonna get a certain gameplay experience every time you play. Um, for some games like Kerbal Space Program or Farming Simulator 19, I like PC because Yeah, you could get mods that let you do some really cool stuff. Yep, there we are. 85 bales. Three more rounds. So basically, that was a really long way to say I agree with you. I like Farming Simulator 19 on the PC better. Then I think I would like Farming Simulator 19 on the console. I've never played it on the console. I have it on the PC. Yes, yes. So, um, as far as multiplayer goes as well, yeah, one of my best friends plays GTA 5 on Xbox solely. So, given that he lives quite a distance away from me now, less so now, but more so back then, uh, just having an online game to play with him was always a great thing to have. Oh, so sometimes with this grabbers you do miss one, and it's kind of random which one you miss. Sometimes you miss that top one, and it has a tendency to fly around on you. But if you take it easy, just be very cool with the gas pedal, you can get around it and just kind of balance it all the way over to the BGA and slam dunk it. So you mean Animal Crossing? I don't know if
I do.
that's a farming
I
game.
plant things. I harvest them. I sell them.
But do you use a tractor?
No.
Then it's more
It's a
island management.
well, Animal Crossing Island Management sounds really fun. Convent charts.
Right.
Oh, my
Back up. So this is a 650-pound weight. Or no, it says 3,300 kilograms on the back, but I think it's 650 pounds. And I still lose traction on the back tires every so often. I'm pretty sure we needed an 800-pound or 900-pound weight on the back to keep it balanced. But hey, part of the fun. I can't see the number. 74. Alright, so should be able to fit two of them in here. Nope, just one. Kind of see the numbers popping up as that bale is depleted. I have two left here. I'm going to just set them down and let nature take its course. While that is catching up, I'm going to take one more pass of the farm just to make sure I didn't leave a bale out anywhere. So when Roadkill did the mowing earlier today, he hit everything, and there were bales I did not expect to find bales. So, and since I didn't go necessarily through this area with any kind of plan in mind, I just want to make sure that Didn't miss anything. Hey, look at this. So one of the things about this map for the uh, for the challenge is that there is one long dividing highway all the way up the map, and on this side is the pros, and on this side it's my team, the Joes. I didn't realize there were sculptures right down here for each side. I saw this. I guess these are. This is painting. So I saw the painting earlier, but I didn't notice the sculpture. I don't own that land. Good to know. Make sure there was no bales hiding over here. So I did find some bales back here, and having a trailer, got into a little jam, and there's a little bit right here I took off the edge of the crop. Mea culpa. Mea maxima culpa. I should not have tried to do an 18-point turn with the baling trailer in such a small area. Do a quick pass up here. Make sure everything's well covered. So does the tractor have the option for a wheelie weight? Probably if the mod's installed. As far as mods go with this particular challenge, is it's all base game plus Platinum expansion, Anderson, and one of the other, Knovland, or I'm pretty sure I'm not pronouncing that right, but those 3 major DLCs. Now, if the wheelie weight uses a 3-point hitch, this tractor does have a 3-point hitch on the back, so if we drop this, you see it's a standard 3-point hitch. Alright, looks like the BGA has had a little chance to catch up. Let's take a look at the... Alright, so 45,000. So each stack is 24,000. So I can fit another round in here. Or 2. Oh, okay, good. It failed to catch on to the bales there. I was worried I was running into another glitch. Nope, just turns out I did not retract the forks. Sometimes when you get close enough to the BGA, to the sell point, when you have your bales loaded up, they'll just disappear on you without having to actually let them go. And that can also... Oh no! Alright, so you do good in school tomorrow, Creighton. Thank you for coming by. I hope you enjoyed the stream. And if you want, go ahead and check out Farmer Klein's channel. He also has a Pros vs. Joes thing going there too. Take care, buddy.
Who else is in the chat?
Let's have another round here. I think I have one more round after this and I am done. I'm gonna go ahead and take care of the cows and check the levels on the greenhouses. Part of the challenge here was that we could only have 2 placeables as part of the rules. And the team at the inception of this challenge decided on greenhouses for lemons, which come with the pack. Excuse me, with the map. And yeah, so that's what they chose to use. Now it does take 2 inputs, water and manure. We have manure over here from the cows, and we have a water tank over there between the 2 greenhouses that you can see there. It makes it really easy to just make sure it's all topped off and ready to go. That's awesome, Creighton. I'm glad you are. He's actually a very cool streamer to follow along with. I learned a lot of stuff. Like, if you get a chance, you'd play Seasons at all. He has a huge tutorial on Seasons that there are some things I don't even know, so I'm going to plan around 8 hours to watch it. It's like 8 hours of content. It's really cool stuff. Oh yeah, by the way, school tomorrow. You're still here, bud. Go to sleep. Bed's a calling. And I'll leave a comment on your Massey Tractor video because that sounds cool and I do want to see it. We are in the home stretch. You see the pile in the shed is dwindling. Woot! Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, okay. I thought maybe this is something Roadkill missed earlier today, but nope, it's just in its first growth stage. Cool. So I'm going to drop these here, and I'm going to have to keep an eye on them because what happens is, well, basically that. We end up with floating dinner mints. Oh, almost ran past the tractor there. It's another thing I like about this gripper. It's pretty easy to just interrupt whatever is keeping them floating. So I guess what happens is the game doesn't register the fact that whatever was holding it up is no longer there until something intersects that kind of and doesn't encounter a hitbox. I imagine it's a hitbox anyway. I'm kind of guessing there. It's a leaning tower of silage. Alright, so it's kind of getting full over there. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this tractor down because gas is cheap, he says sarcastically. hop over here to the wheel loader. And this is what I was talking about earlier. When I start whipping it around, it really gets me kind of motion sick, and has this articulating front. It's kind of hard to follow around when you're doing a mad rush to get all those bales from the shed to the sell point because your gripper is not working like it should, and you have no time to reset it. Alright, so I'm gonna grab the leftover silage from what fell out of the cow trough. I'm gonna run this over to the BGA. Good. Okay, that's enough straw and TMR to make it till the morning. And one of my cohorts will go ahead and take care of filling that. Let's take a look at the greenhouse. No. Need the help menu up. Okay, 54 and 54. And 54. I must have already refilled this. Yeah, so the game day started about 7:30 or 8 o'clock. Maybe earlier than that, 7. And I think I might have refilled it then. So a full tank of manure and water on this greenhouse will last about 24 in-game hours. So we should be good for a while. Alright, gonna spin around and finish this last stack. Nope, that didn't do it. Ah, yeah, see, it was tilted a little too far back. If you tilt it too far back, it doesn't get those top ones. He shoots and he scores. 73,000. Last stack. There's 2 more in here. I don't know what those are for. Hey, Bales, are you okay? Maybe they're floaters like before. Let's go poke it with a bale fork. Okay, now that shouldn't have done that. These must be able to be picked up. That's 1. So we had 27 left. It lied to me. Right, we're going to sneak out the side here. Crash. I missed. Oh boy. Okay. So that ended up back in the shed. Great. Can you tell I've been doing this for a while? One of the things I really have observed is that when I'm kind of doing these repetitive tasks, it I do have a tendency to have my mind wander a little bit, and I stop thinking about exactly what I'm doing at any given time, and that's when mistakes start happening. So it was very interesting to have this stream up and running to kind of talk through it as I'm doing these things. It's helped sometimes. Are you okay, bird? I'd want to do a little bit of a low pass there. Kind of changed its mind halfway through. Oh no, missed. I got too ambitious. I flew too close to the sun. And the bales fell over as a result. That's weird, it kind of bounced me off there. Just gonna, for science, see what happens. You know, I think my wheel caught the side of the sell point, so it didn't quite work. So yeah, evidently that is a 3,300 kilogram weight and not a 600-pound weight like I thought it was. So it should be plenty enough to balance us against bales, but yeah, sometimes it still gets a little lifty. Whatevs, yo. I ain't scared. One thing that I've found about this grabber is sometimes when you're up against the sell point, it's hard to shake a bale off. So you just kind of hit L1 and hit the A button to detach the bale spikes, and the bale just falls from there. A bit of a time saver. Which when you're 5 minutes from the next day in this game, and how much you put in the BGA is how much you earn for that entire day. Having those extra few seconds from just getting rid of the bale spike is pretty handy. Just have to find the right angle to catch this last bale. Or, that's right. Came up with a better way to do that. So this is not working as I planned at all. I mean, the sprayer over here is a bit of a hindrance to shaking this loose. So I wish I just had some kind of, I don't know, machine or mechanism by which to move it. Oh well, let's do this the hard way. Did I snag it? I snagged it. Great. Drop it in. Last one. Wait. Now it's the last one. Yeah. Okay, I disconnected the weight. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Swing around to the attachment point to... I think what's going on is I keep hitting the weight and it keeps spinning it around away from me. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put this up. Now the weight we pretty much only use for silage bales, so we'll just put these all together and it's ready for us to go next time. Get a little lower. There we go. So that was a very fun 2 hours. I am going to go ahead and end the stream now. Thanks to Craven Gaming for showing up. My first like and subscribe. Thank you to Ms. Monica for showing up and to Farmer Klein. This was very fun. Take care, everybody.
Yay! That's awesome.
That was fun.